Hello class, it is Wednesday for U.S. history, and we're moving right through the government side of the political side of the 1920s. So we're going to start on page 446. And so we picked off left off yesterday. We're going to pick up today where Germany was still trying to have to pay back all of their all the things that they had to pay for the war, and really a lot of trade had been blocked off at this point, and so there was high tariffs, which made agriculture even worse than it already was, and so there was a lot of trouble with trade during this time, and they ended up creating the Dow's Plan, which ended up reducing the amount of pay that the Germans had to pay back for the war. So during this time, though, Wilson eventually he got very ill and he became a very laissez-faire, had a very laissez-faire system put in place. Laissez-faire really just means, I like to think of it as it sounds like lazy. And so that's kind of what he did. He just kind of said, hands off, I'm done. You people figure it out on your own. And so it ended up being, there was a lot of free enterprise that ended up happening out of it, but not always a good thing. And then Warren G. Harding was the first Republican president of the 20s. And honestly, the people thought he was going to do really great. He started off as a reporter. But if you think about it, reporters during this time, and even reporters now, how many of you have heard the term fake news? Those reporters weren't always trusted because we learned the term in the last chapter, muckrakers, and they have these, a lot of times, elaborate stories, or at least elaborate titles of their stories, and then when you dig down deep into the details, the story really didn't match the title. So this is kind of where we get the idea of, if you've ever heard of the term a smoke-filled room, that's kind of where we get this idea from. He did a lot of kind of dirty deals under the table, so there ended up being a big scandal and lots of scandals that his friends were involved in, and so he ended up dying, and that's when Calvin Coolidge becomes the president. And so we will pick up with Calvin Coolidge tomorrow.